Hi everyone, my name is Noelle Putnam, and today I'll be presenting on how early life adversity affects the way the brain processes threat and what that means for mental health outcomes, especially in post-traumatic stress disorder or PTSD. This presentation connects our broader topic of the mental health implications of threat processing in children and youth with early life adversity. Childhood adversity is one of the strongest predictors of lifelong mental health challenges. About 1 in 3 children experience some form of significant adversity. These experiences don't just shape emotions, they physically alter how the brain responds to threats and stress. Understanding this connection helps us see why some children develop conditions like PTSD later in life, and while others show resilience. When we talk about thought processing, we're really talking about how the brain detects danger and keeps us safe. The amygdala acts like an alarm system, activating when something feels threatening. The prefrontal cortex serves as a brake. It can help calm the alarm when danger is gone. And the hippocampus provides context, reminding us when something looks scary but isn't actually dangerous. In healthy brains, these regions balance each other, but early stress can disrupt that balance. ACEs, or adverse childhood experiences, include events like emotional or physical abuse, neglect, or growing up around conflict or addiction. These experiences affect the brain development because the brain is still forming its connections throughout childhood and adolescence. When stress hormones remain high for long periods, it can rewire how the brain processes threat, making it either overly sensitive to danger or in some cases emotionally numb. This early rewiring sets the stage for later problems like anxiety and PTSD. To better understand this link, Cicerello and colleagues conducted a study published in the Neurobiology of Stress in 2021. They worked with 60 women who all had experienced trauma. 34 of those participants had PTSD and 26 did not. The participants completed detailed interviews about their childhood adversity from ages 1 to 17, and then underwent brain scans while viewing threatening and neutral images. The researchers wanted to see how both PTSD and early life adversity affected the brain's threat response, especially in the amygdala. The results were striking. Women with PTSD showed greater right amygdala reactivity to threat, meaning their brains were more sensitive to danger cues, but early adversity during two specific developmental windows around the ages 3 to 4 and then again at 16 and 17 were linked to lower amygdala reactivity later in life. So, PTSD and early adversity actually had opposite effects. PTSD increased threat sensitivity, while early adversity during certain years seemed to blunt it. This pattern shows that the brain's response to threat isn't one size fits all. PTSD appears to create an always on alert system, where even safe situations feel dangerous. In contrast, early adversity at key ages might cause the brain to adapt by shutting down emotional responses, almost like a survival strategy. The important takeaway is that timing matters. The same kind of stress can have very different effects depending on when in development the stress occurs. These findings have major implications for supporting children's mental health. If certain ages are more sensitive to adversity, then early detection and intervention is crucial. Trauma-informed care in schools, pediatric offices, and therapy can help children regulate stress before patterns of PTSD take a hold. It also reminds us that treatment for PTSD should consider not only the recent trauma, but also the person's early environment and how their brain learned how to handle threat. Summary: early life adversity changes how the brain's threat system develops, and these changes can increase or decrease vulnerability to PTSD later in life. The amygdala plays a center role. Its sensitivity is shaped by both experiences in later trauma and early trauma. Timing, rather than just severity, may be the key factor in understanding why some individuals develop PTSD while others remain resilient. Here are my 3 discussion questions. And here is the link to my article. Thank you guys so much for listening.